Kelsea Ballerini's voice has always carried the ache of authenticity, a country twang laced with vulnerability that turns personal confessions into anthems for the heartbroken. At 32, the Grammy-nominated singer, whose hits like I Quit Drinking and Cowboys Cry Too have topped charts and playlists alike, finds herself adrift in the aftermath of a romance that promised eternity but delivered devastation. Her on-again, off-again relationship with Outer Banks heartthrob Chase Stokes has imploded once more, leaving her feeling broken, as sources close to the star confide. What began as a serendipitous spark in 2023 evolved into a profound connection that reshaped her understanding of love, only to sour into toxicity, culminating in a final split earlier this week that has left fans and friends reeling. Ballerini's emotional rawness was on full display at the recent CMA Awards, where her performance, a soul-stirring rendition of a new ballad, drew tears from the audience and whispers of turmoil backstage. The timing was poignant. Just days later, confirmation of the breakup surfaced, painting a portrait of a woman mourning not just a partner, but a mirror to her deepest self. Kelsea hadn't found someone that was as compatible with her until Chase, an insider revealed, emphasizing the rarity of their bond. Stokes, 33, with his easy charm and boy-next-door appeal from the Netflix adventure series, opened doors to intimacy she hadn't known. He opened up to her, and they had a relationship with more intimacy than she has ever had, the source continued. She felt he was the most committed to her out of all the guys she has ever been with. That's why they worked so well, and that's why she believed they would work long-term. This wasn't fleeting infatuation, it was a soulmate saga scripted by fate. Ballerini, fresh from a high-profile divorce from fellow country artist Morgan Evans in 2022, entered the romance wary but willing. Their meeting at a Los Angeles charity event felt electric. Shared laughs over songwriting quirks, late-night talks about career pressures, and a mutual love for quiet escapes like beach walks at dawn. By mid-2023, they were inseparable, her touring schedule syncing with his filming breaks. Social media teemed with subtle nods. Her Instagram stories featuring his favorite coffee mug, his posts captioned with lyrics from her discography. Fans dubbed them Kelsea Stokes, shipping the pair with fervor as they attended red carpets hand in hand, from the ACM Awards to cozy Nashville dinners. The intimacy they cultivated was multifaceted. Ballerini has spoken in songs and interviews about Evans' marriage feeling more like a partnership of convenience than passion, a union strained by touring lifestyles and unspoken resentments. With Stokes, it was different. Vulnerable pillow talks about childhood dreams, collaborative song sessions where his actor's ear refined her melodies, and a physical closeness that healed old wounds. She was really in love, the insider affirmed, noting how Stokes changed her perception of love. He encouraged her to explore bolder themes in her music, infusing tracks with pop sensibilities that broadened her appeal. Their 3-year dance, marked by a brief split earlier this year over scheduling conflicts, seemed to prove resilience. The reunion was triumphant, filled with apologies, renewed vows, and visions of a future intertwined, perhaps a joint album or building a home in the Smoky Mountains. Yet, cracks widened into chasms. Insiders whisper of toxicity creeping in, petty jealousies fueled by his rising fame and her demanding tours, miscommunications escalating into silences that stretched days. Stokes' Outer Banks commitments pulled him to Charleston, while Ballerini's album cycles kept her in the studio or on the road. Distance bred doubt. What was once playful banter turned accusatory. They realized the relationship had turned toxic, the source explained, pointing to cycles of highs and crashes that eroded trust. The final straw came amid her CMA preparations, when a heated argument exposed irreconcilable differences. She believed he was the one, they added, the pain of that shattered illusion cutting deepest. Ballerini's history with love is a recurring motif in her oeuvre, a thread of hope laced with hard-won wisdom. Her 2015 debut the first time brimmed with youthful romance, but albums like Kelsea 2020 and Subject to Change 2022 delved into divorce's debris, betrayal, self-reckoning, and rebirth. Post-Evans, she embraced singledom with empowering singles like Heart First, a declaration of joy unbound. Stokes disrupted that narrative, offering a partnership that felt predestined. Their story echoed classic country tales, the whirlwind courtship, the passionate peaks, the inevitable valley. But unlike ballads that resolve in redemption, this one lingers in limbo, her heart broken by the what-ifs. In the breakup's wake, Ballerini retreats to her Nashville sanctuary, a cozy farmhouse adorned with vintage guitars and sunflowers, surrounded by her inner circle, songwriting confidants, a loyal rescue dog named Maybe, and therapy sessions that unpack the grief. She's channeling sorrow into art, teasing a forthcoming EP rumored to explore love's double-edged sword. Live shows become catharsis. Expect raw, unscripted encores where she shares snippets of her healing. Friends urge her toward self-care. Yoga retreats in Colorado, journaling prompts that affirm her worth beyond romance. Stokes, meanwhile, throws himself into Season 5 of Outer Banks, his on-screen charisma a mask for private processing. Mutual respect lingers. They unfollowed each other gracefully, no public shade thrown. Yet, for Ballerini, the loss reverberates. The quiet mornings without his laughter, the empty passenger seat on road trips, the lyrics left unfinished. That's why she cherished their bond, the source reflected, because he seemed to be her soulmate. This chapter closes a pivotal era, but Ballerini's trajectory points upward. From Oklahoma State Fair openers to headlining arenas, she's built an empire on vulnerability, voicing the ache so others feel seen. Heartbreak for her isn't endpoint but ink, fodder for hits that heal. As she mends, expect music that roars with reclaimed fire, reminding us that even shattered, she shines. Love may have slipped away, but Kelsea Ballerini's spirit endures, fierce, flawed, and forever melodic.